you need to stop having promiscuous sex, okay?
Stephen Krug super
And it's because
$99.99. This generation Z is ultra sensitive to negative feedback. It's a huge issue and must be changed. On this panel I see undeveloped 18-years-old brains who are in dire need of a relationship mentor, or it will spiral down a bad road. Girls, read David Boss' Evolution of Desire.
Do you guys have a response to Stephen Krug?
I think that our generation is extremely too sensitive. I fully agree with that.
Right.
I feel like
there
a lot of people can almost, I think that everyone can agree
I don't
with
know
that.
anyone who calls our generation tough.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
all.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I feel like I'm getting called out because I was like, listen, I think you're being a little condescending speaking to us like this. But I am fully with you. I totally agree. And I can confidently say not many people in my generation could grow up in the household I grew up in. I was not beaten, but my parents were not soft on me. And I am as well a blunt individual. So if I feel like I'm being spoken down to, I'm going to speak up to you because I totally respect you and I think you're super smart and I'd like to have a cordial conversation. And I think that you're looking at us as, Gen Z, who I think that I am, would not morally fall into that category. I wish I could articulate that better. That's not correct. But, if we're going to have this conversation, I totally agree. But it's just is the you and them. And so I agree. Gen Z needs to hear all of this. But this panel, I think it's more of a conversation than a lecture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely... So I just graduated undergrad, too, in May, right?
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Yeah, I have a degree in anthropology. But I also saw, kind of the stuff that was going on in modern dating. And so, you guys are just so beautiful. And if you don't figure...
Thank you.
No,
you are too.
I genuinely mean it. And, being pregnant with a daughter has really made this, a reality check. Because I had a bias in favor of men for a really long time because I also work predominantly in men's issues and men have been very good to me in these last couple of years in my life. But when I found out, when I had my ultrasound and there wasn't any dingleberries on my baby, I was like, oh crap, what are women's issues again? And this is because I'm married to a very good man. He treats me very well. So I've just been protected from a lot of things. I would say for it's going to be 2 years soon, but I've been married for a year. I just had my first anniversary. So now I'm being faced with this stuff. And so when you guys are talking about these guys that are using you, and it's a small pool of men. We know this, right? But when you're saying this stuff, I'm like, no, I don't want this for my kid, and because when you guys talk about these failed breakups and stuff, because I'm a woman too. So I just think about all the times that I've cried over guys. And I know you guys have done it too, 2 a.m., I hate this guy, I wish he was dead. But it's just because I think we don't understand how they work, So that's all I really do. And it can sound blunt and condescending, but I'm also just being faced with this. I have to figure out the world for my baby girl. And, oh no, she's not going to be in California. I'm sorry, UC Santa Barbara, no thank you. We're going to stay in the Midwest. No, you got me messed up. No.
Yeah, well, so UCSB, it's frequently ranked as